Now, because I truly believe that math should be useful in real life and not for this stuff, which is important, don't get me wrong. It's very, very important. But it's also more important when you're managing finances. So today, my bonus for you is going to be, how do you get out of debt? Okay, because you will accumulate debt eventually in your life, and it is very important to know how to deal with it. And unfortunately, they don't teach this in school enough. So I'm taking it up on myself to teach you today how to get out of debt. Now, I want to make a disclaimer. I'm not an accountant. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a financial consultant. I don't work for a bank. I don't work for NerdWallet. I don't work for Bankrate. I don't work for anybody. I just work for myself, okay? I have my own business. I do not work for any other websites I'm going to be showing you today. I just think they're very good, useful tools for you to use whenever you do accumulate debt, because they're pretty popular and they're pretty easy to use. So let's suppose that you just got off college, and let's suppose that you buy a car for $20,000. Okay, we're going to be very conservative with these numbers because you don't want to break the bank too soon. Now your credit is okay, so you're going to get a 5% APR. That is called interest, because the banks are in the business of making money off of money, right? Which is a sweet idea. And you're going to get that car for 6 years, which means that your payment is going to be approximately $322 a month. Okay? And then you're also going to get a loan. Let's suppose it's your student loan or whatever. And that loan is going to be approximately, let's say it's about $12,000. Okay? We're going to keep it small. Let's suppose you went to a small school that is not going to break your bank either. All right? And that's a 3% APR, give or take, right, for that loan. And it's going to be about 12 years, right? Which is going to bring your payment to about $99 a month, right? And the thing is, like, you're going to be in debt for 12 years, yo. Right? You're going to be paying $100 a month every month for the next 12 years. And here's the sad part about that. If you do the math and you calculate 99 times 12, that's $1,200. Yeah, it's $1,200 because it's 12. We don't have those numbers in Spanish. It doesn't matter. So if you do $1,200 a year times 12, right? Because it's for 12 years, you're not paying back $12,000. You're paying back $14,400, which means that you're paying $2,400 worth of interest. Okay? And what I'm going to show you today is how to decrease that amount, right? Now, I want to make a small disclaimer too, that the best financial decision is not necessarily the best credit decision. Those are two separate things. Okay? So credit is one thing. Finances is kind of another thing. They're kind of intertwined as well, obviously. But what I mean by that is, when you sign this loan, right? When you sign up for this loan, you tell the bank, hey, I am going to take $12,000 at 3% APR. You're telling the bank, hey, I'm going to pay you back, all right, $14,400 by the end of 12 years, right? But here's what's going to happen. What I'm going to teach you today is how to break that promise. And you're going to pay them a lot less. Right? And when you do that, the bank doesn't like that, right? They're going to be like, listen, we got to let other banks know this person may not pay the full amount that they promised they would pay me at the end of 12 years, okay? So keep in mind that doing this may affect your credit. Your credit might actually go down. But hey, it's up to you depending how much credit you want to get, and depends on what kind of investments you want to do. Because if I can give you one advice about credit, use it for investments. Don't use it for things that you can't afford. I know emergencies happen, medical emergencies, stuff like that, but don't ever use credit to pay for something you can't afford. That's not what credit is for. Credit is used to make more money, right? So you want to use your credit to invest in something that will make you more money, right? Like open a business or something like that, invest in stock, whatever you want to do, right? So use that money to make more money, and let that asset, right, buy an asset with that money and get a rental property, whatever, and let that asset pay for the things that you couldn't afford before. Okay? That's the best circle of life I can offer to you right now. So anyway, so you were supposed to pay $14,400 at the end of this, but we're not gonna do that. I'm gonna give you two scenarios. You can do the scenario where you pay off your car first, or you can pay off your loan first. It's up to you, whichever you wanna do. But I'm gonna show you mathematically which one makes more sense. And if you're watching this on YouTube, all the resources are going to be in the description below as well, okay? So the first one that we're gonna do is we're gonna use a repayment calculator by Bankrate. Bankrate is very simple, normally very easy to use. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna plug in the numbers. I'm gonna do it manually, the lowest balance first, which is starting with the loan first, right? So if I do the loan first, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make an extra payment of $200 a month. And you'll probably be thinking like, $200 a month, that's a lot. I'm like, stop drinking every weekend, and I promise you will scoop up $200 a month. Those of you who are in college. If you're still in high school, don't go to Dave & Buster's every weekend. There you go. That's $200. Shoot, going once to Dave & Buster's is $200. I'm just gonna. What was that?
Go to Main Event.
Go to Main Event. If you're in Atlanta, go to Main Event. It's a lot cheaper. Dave & Buster's gonna ban me from this video. Anyway, no, I love Dave & Buster's still. But anyway, not what the video is about. If you pay $200 a month and you start with the loan first, it's gonna save you 8 years. Save, not gonna take you. It's gonna save you 8 years and 5 months of payments. That's a lot, y'all. That's a lot. So it's gonna save you 8 years and 5 months, and you're gonna save $1,644. Now, that means that loan was supposed to be for 12 years, right? So that means that you paid it off in less than 4 years, right? Less than 4 years, 3.5 years. Bam, paid off your student loan. All right? Now, we're gonna assume for this calculator, you cannot do it per month. You can only do it per years. So what I did for the next one is I'm only gonna do 4 years, assuming that it took you 4 years, assuming, those 5 months, whatever happened, and you couldn't make an extra payment. Which means you're still making the minimum payment on your car, right? So we're gonna have 2 years left on the car, right? Because it's been 4 years. You paid off your loan. It's been 4 years. You still have 2 years left on your car, right? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually add the extra $200, but we're also gonna add the $99 a month that you were paying for that loan, right? So now you're gonna add an extra $300 a month to that car instead of just $200. So if you do your car after that, you're gonna save yourself. Remember, you only have 2 years left. You're gonna save yourself 11 months, right? So you're gonna pay that off a year and a month. That's it. So instead of doing two more years, you're only gonna do a year and a month after that. And you're gonna save an extra $186 for that, which is gonna be $1,830 total of those two loans, right? So your student loan, your car loan, right? That's option number one, which is doing the lowest balance first. What happens if you do the highest interest first, which would be the car? What happens if we take care of the car first instead of taking care of the loan first? And all I'm doing is adding $200 a month for my car that I'm supposed to pay off in 6 years. I'm gonna save 2 years and 6 months, okay, off of payments. And I'm gonna save a total of $1,356 worth of interest. That means that I'm gonna be paying off that car in 3 years and 6 months, right? So it took me 3 years and 6 months. Now let's suppose that it actually took me 4 years, give or take, and that's what I'm gonna use to calculate the loan, which means that if it's only been 4 years, I still have 8 years left on my loan, right? And that's when I'm gonna start making the payments. But keep in mind that I was paying $322 for the car. This is what we call a snowball, right? I was paying $322 for the car, and I added $200 to it. So that $200 and that $322 is what I'm gonna put extra on the loan, right? So I'm gonna put an extra $522 to that loan that I'm supposed to pay only $99 a month. All right? Cool, huh? I love this stuff. Okay, so now that's gonna save me 6 years all right, and 10 months, which is gonna save me, which means that I'm gonna pay off that loan a year and 2 months. That's it. So in a year and 2 months, I'm gonna pay off this, and I'm gonna save $909 worth of interest. Okay, if you add that up, that is a total of $2,265 worth of interest. And if you recall, I mentioned that you would be paying $2,400 worth of interest on the first loan, right? On this one, basically you just paid one loan almost no interest. You only pay like $200 worth of interest for the entire life of one loan, right? At least you got that whole discount. That's $2,265 that you would earn or save, earn, whatever, right? In comparison to $1,830 that you would have saved had you paid off the loan first, right? So in this circumstance, I would say pay off the car first, right? Even though it's a larger balance, but it is a higher interest rate, okay? And in this case, it makes a lot more sense to pay off the car because both scenarios, it only saves you 5 years, right? Oh, sorry, it's gonna take you 5 years, sorry. It's only gonna take you 5 years to pay off both, but I'd rather do the one that saves me the most money, right? So if I pay off the car first, I'm gonna save $2,200 versus if I pay off the loan first, it's only gonna save me $1,800. Now you can go to Snowball Calculator, which is from NerdWallet. I believe it's gonna be the resource I'm gonna leave you guys below. And you can there, what you can do is actually go put all your debts, because sometimes, you know, I oversimplify this with just two debts, but some people, most people have 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 different credit cards, you know, credit card, loan, mortgage, all that kind of stuff. And the cool thing about the calculator is that you can put what kind of loan it is. You can choose if it's a credit card, student loan, auto loan, mortgage, personal loan, medical bill, or other. All right, so if it's none of the above, you can still, like you owe your friend or whatever, you can choose it there and you can add, I'm not sure how many, if there is a limit or not, but you can just keep adding debts. And the cool thing is you can choose between lowest balance first or highest interest first, and it's just gonna do the whole calculation for you, how much you're gonna save, you know, total, and you can compare and contrast and be like, okay, so it makes sense to pay off this one first, this one second, this one third, and so on and so forth. And I think it's an incredible calculator, incredible tool that you can use to get out of debt. Again, remember, try not to get into debt unless you're gonna use it to buy an asset. I hope you got some value out of my live today.